Italians have long understood that chi va piano, va sano, e va lontano. Who goes slowly goes safely and goes far. In Milan, this wisdom translates perfectly. While rushed visitors tick off attractions between tour bus schedules, something magical happens when you embrace the slower rhythm. The city stops performing and starts sharing its secrets. We've decoded Milan's rhythm, where morning espresso rituals unlock neighborhood treasures and perfectly timed museum visits replace 2-hour queues. This is your invitation to experience Milan as insiders do, when fashion capital glamour meets authentic Italian soul. Ready to earn your 4th day in Milan? Let's turn those 96 hours into a masterclass in Italian living. Day 1. Fashion Capital Awakening. Landing at Malpensa Airport, the Malpensa Express train whisks you to Milano Centrale in 51 minutes. Buy tickets at the kiosks to skip counter queues. From Linate Airport, the new M4 metro line connects you to the city center in just 12 minutes. Either way, start with a 3-day transport pass at the airport, then add a single-day ticket for the 4th day, which covers everything from metros to trams throughout your stay. For accommodations, the Nix Hotel Milan near Centrale Station balances design and location. Alternatively, try Hotel Spadari El Duomo. 8 individually designed rooms put you steps from the cathedral. Traveling on a budget? The Ostello Bello Grande. Roof's hostels can have soul, complete with rooftop terrace and free aperitivo. Ever wonder why Milanese look so impossibly chic even at dawn? Your Milan transformation begins where theirs does, at a neighborhood cafe, not a hotel breakfast buffet. Skip that continental spread and join the morning ritual at Marchesi, 1824, a quick metro ride and short jaunt from Nix Hotel. Here's what guidebooks miss. Milanese never sit down for morning coffee. Standing at the zinc bar isn't tradition. It's how business professionals connect before their day begins. Your cappuccino comes in a delicate porcelain cup. Foam art swirled into a perfect rosetta. The pastry case gleams with cornetti, still warm from the oven, their buttery layers calling your name. Now properly caffeinated, you're ready for Milan's crown jewel. Steps away in the same piazza, the Duomo awaits. You're already there. No need for a 20-minute power walk when you're having coffee in the heart of historic Milan. Here's where timing becomes everything. Morning rays pierce through 55 stained glass windows, each one telling biblical stories in kaleidoscope colors. Inside, you'll capture empty naves where 52 pillars soar toward heaven. Impossible shots when 3,000 visitors pour in after 10 a.m. For the full experience, book the Combo Pass online, covering cathedral, museum, and those famous rooftop terraces. Want to save some euros? The Culture Pass gets you everything except the rooftops. And here's a helpful reminder. All of our booking links are listed in the video description below. Speaking of rooftops, here's what guides won't mention. The €4 difference between stairs and elevator isn't about money. It's about strategy. Those 250 stairs through narrow stone passages, they're your competitive advantage. While elevator masses bottleneck at the top, you'll emerge breathless but blissfully alone among 135 spires, each topped with a saint watching over Milan. After your descent, Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II awaits close by, Europe's oldest active shopping mall and Milan's glittering 19th century masterpiece. This glass-vaulted arcade connects Piazza del Duomo to La Scala Opera House, its soaring iron and glass ceiling creating a cathedral of commerce beneath intricate mosaics and frescoes. But instead of gawking at Prada windows, hunt for the bull mosaic near the central octagon. Spin 3 times on its strategic anatomy for luck. More importantly, it marks where savvy residents cut through side exits to avoid packed main entrances. By 11 a.m., you've conquered one of Milan's icons, while others have just arrived. Time for a little artistic immersion. The M1 Metro, Duomo stop right beneath the square, takes you to Cairoli Station in 3 minutes. Then it's a pleasant 5-minute walk to Brera district, where the Pinacoteca awaits. Pinacoteca de Brera sits about 7 minutes up via Brera from the metro, Milan's premier art gallery housing from one of Italy's most important collections of Renaissance and Baroque masterpieces. Though opening at 8:30 a.m., crowds don't materialize until post-lunch. For a modest online booking fee, you're practically alone with Mantegna's Dead Christ, a painting so revolutionary in perspective it still stops viewers cold. The glass-walled restoration labs reveal conservators delicately cleaning centuries of grime from artistic wonders. Pure behind-the-scenes magic that afternoon visitors miss entirely. Lunch demands authentic Milanese soul food. Trattoria Torre de Pisa, tucked 3 minutes from the museum on Via Fiori Chiari, delivers risotto alla Milanese. Watch the chef stir constantly for 20 minutes, adding ladles of saffron-infused broth until each grain achieves creamy perfection. Their ossobuco falls tenderly off the bone, the marrow-rich sauce begging for bread to soak up every drop. Post-lunch, fashion beckons 15 minutes south. The Quadrilatero della Moda forms fashion's beating heart, while Via Monte Napoleone intimidates with Lamborghinis and security guards. Parallel Via della Spiga offers emerging designers and vintage boutiques. As golden hour approaches, navigate 25 minutes west on foot through Brera's charming backstreets, or hop on Tram 1 for 3 stops to Parco Sempione. Find Bar Bianco, a modernist glass cube where Aperitivo transcends mere happy hour. 12 to 13 euros buys your Aperol Spritz plus access to a buffet that's essentially dinner in disguise. Fresh mozzarella, prosciutto, San Daniele, and warm focaccia from the oven. Timing matters. The stylish crowd starts Aperitivo at 7 to 7:30 p.m. sharp. The magic window is brief. By 8 p.m., neighborhood regulars are already transitioning to dinner. After Aperitivo, stroll through the park as dusk settles. Castello Sforzesco, you'll see in tomorrow's Leonardo treasure hunt, illuminates dramatically after dark, and you might catch impromptu concerts near the pond. Jazz trios in summer, classical guitarists year-round. Walking back to your hotel through Milan's elegant streets, you'll feel that satisfying exhaustion of a day well lived. Tomorrow brings Leonardo's genius and, if you time it right, a preview of Milan's futuristic skyline that will blow your mind on Day 4. Day 2, Leonardo's Secret Milan. Milan's morning soundtrack isn't an alarm. It's the clatter of espresso cups and the screech of tram brakes on centuries-old tracks. Today, we trace Renaissance brilliance through spaces that dodge most itineraries. Fuel up at Pave, 16 minutes on foot from Nick's hotel toward Porta Venezia. This isn't just a bakery. It's where Milan's creative community plots their days over brioche filled with pistachio cream that oozes with each bite. By 8 a.m., you're caffeinated and taking the metro 20 minutes to Santa Maria delle Grazie. From Pave, it's a quick 5-minute walk to Porta Venezia metro station. Then a direct ride on the Red Line to Cancellazione station, 5 minutes from Leonardo's masterpiece. Yes, home to the Last Supper, but here's the critical strategy. Book well in advance via the official Cenacolo Vinciano website. Tickets typically sell out months ahead. The 8:15 time slot offers an experience that feels almost private. In this climate-controlled room, you'll share Leonardo's masterpiece with perhaps 10 others instead of the 60-person crowds that pack later viewings. 15 minutes feels brief until you notice how morning light reveals details invisible later. The translucent wine glasses, the individual wood grains on the table, the barely visible halos that Leonardo painted then removed. Look closely at the ceiling. Those geometric patterns, they create perfect perspective lines pointing directly at Christ. Don't rush out after the Last Supper viewing. Step into the church itself, free admission. Then find Bramante's Cloister, a flawless geometric sanctuary of Renaissance harmony where each column casts shadows that shift like a sundial. While tour groups queue outside, you're capturing architectural poetry that most visitors completely overlook. From here, a scenic 32-minute walk southwest, or tram 16 for 22 minutes, delivers you to Navillai district. These canals once connected landlocked Milan to the Adriatic Sea, with an ingenious lock system Leonardo himself engineered. But here's a detail that will blow your mind. See those metal rings on the canal walls? Leonardo designed a mechanism where the water level rises so precisely that boats seem to climb stairs. Skip the touristy main canal for Vicolo dei Lavandai, a quick detour down narrow alleys. These covered washing stations from the 1700s create Milan's most photogenic corner. Weathered stone meets cascading greenery, all reflected in canal waters. Lunch at El Brailin rewards the short stroll with authentic Lombard and Milanese cuisine in an enchanting canal-side setting. This rustic, elegant restaurant occupies the premises of an old grocery store where washerwomen once stocked up on supplies. Reserve ahead for weekend lunch service, Saturday to Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Their traditional risotto alla Milanese is served creamy with saffron, while the ossobuco melts off the bone with rich marrow sauce. The exposed wooden beams and antique furnishings create intimate charm, but if weather permits, request outdoor seating for prime canal views where you can watch the city's rhythm unfold over your meal. An afternoon escape arrives via Fondazione Prada, 35 minutes by metro with transfer at Duomo, M2 to M3. Exit Lodi Tibes Station, then a 12-minute walk. This isn't shopping. It's Miuccia Prada's €20 million art experiment in a former gin distillery. Your admission ticket includes installations ranging from rooms lined with 24-karat gold to a haunted house permanently parked in the courtyard. The gold-wrapped tower? It houses Bar Luce, where director Wes Anderson recreated a 1950s Milanese cafe down to the formica tables. Your coffee is presented on vintage china while a carefully curated jukebox plays Italian pop. Late afternoon brings one final Leonardo moment at Castello Sforzesco, 33 minutes north by metro. Bypass the general museums initially. Instead, hunt for Sala delle Asse in the Sforza Castle Museum. Leonardo painted this entire room to simulate standing inside a mulberry tree canopy. Recently restored using UV technology, amazing hidden details emerged. Birds, golden cords, even the Sforza family motto woven into branches. Behind the castle, Parco Sempione stretches 95 acres toward Arco della Pace, Milan's triumphal arch. As sunset approaches, admire the arch's neoclassical grandeur from the outside. On clear days, the view down Corso Sempione is especially striking, and the nearby Torre Branca offers panoramic vistas stretching to the Alps. Dinner breaks every tradition at Rattana, a 15 to 20-minute tram ride to Isola district. Book dinner reservations in advance, essential for this popular spot. Their tasting menu deconstructs Milanese classics with scientific precision. Saffron risotto served as crispy wafers, ossobuco gets reimagined as concentrated essence. Book the 9 p.m. slot. Milan dines late, and you'll want to savor each course. Following dinner, Isola's streets pulse with energy. Stop at Frida Bar for a nightcap. Their Moscow Mule variations use herbs grown on the roof garden. The 19-minute venture back to your hotel passes street art galleries and late-night gelaterias, Milan revealing its nocturnal personality. Tomorrow, you'll escape to Como's lakeside elegance, where mountains meet water in Italy's most romantic landscape. Day 3, Lake Como's elegant escape. That 5:45 a.m. alarm feels criminal until you're alone on empty platforms in Centrale Station. The 6:43 a.m. train to Como San Giovanni carries sleepy commuters clutching espressos. Through the windows, watch Milan's concrete fade to Lombardia, countryside, fog lifting off rice paddies, church bells marking village dawns. By 7:22 a.m., you arrive at Como San Giovanni Station. Exit the station and make your way toward the city center for about 15 minutes until you reach Piazza Cavour and the ferry terminal. Here's a strategic move. Bypass Como's pleasant but predictable streets for the first ferry to Bellagio. The regular ferry usually takes about 2 hours, or splurge for the hydrofoil for a 45-minute journey. These early boats transport hotel workers and gardeners, meaning you'll reach the Pearl of the Lake alongside residents starting their workday. The ferry glides into Bellagio after depositing you steps from the historic center. Follow the stone quay inland for 30 seconds and you're in the heart of it all. You'll notice Bellagio revealing its authentic character. Shopkeepers hosing cobblestones, cats stretching in doorways, the scent of fresh cornetti escaping from hidden bakeries. Ascend the stepped alley of Salita Sebelloni and prepare for a 5 to 10 minute climb that's basically a Stairmaster with views. At the top, Punta Spartivento offers 360-degree panoramas where the lake's 3 branches converge like an upside-down Y. Morning mist clings to the villa gardens, while the only sounds are church bells echoing across the water. Come 10 a.m., retrace your steps to the waterfront. As tour boats disgorge their cargo, you're already sailing to Varenna on the eastern shore. This 15-minute ferry ride serves as a moving postcard. Medieval churches perched impossibly on cliffs, cascade waterfalls tumbling directly into the lake. The ferry brings you to Varenna's picturesque harbor. A 5-minute lakeside stroll south through the Passeggiata degli Innamorati Lover's Walk leads you to Villa Monastero, where your ticket opens the botanical gardens, which stretch nearly a mile along the water. Forget the dusty house museum. These gardens deliver unexpected magic. Subtropical plants thrive in limestone cliff microclimates, banana trees heavy with fruit, citrus groves perfuming the air, agave plants shooting 20-foot flower spikes skyward. The garden paths twist through Roman statuary and hidden grottos where you can sit alone, feet dangling over crystal-clear water. Lunch at Osteria Quattro Passe requires a vertical climb to Varenna's upper village, but rewards with set menus showcasing Cucina Lariana, lake cuisine. Their musoltini, sun-dried fish, comes with polenta, so creamy it flows like lava, while the panoramic terrace seems to float above terracotta roofs. On clear days, spot snow on distant peaks, even in summer. The strategic afternoon move, while tourists cram Bellagio's narrow lanes, take the ferry back to Como town. By 3 p.m., the sleepy provincial capital transforms into a sophisticated shopping destination. Via Vittorio Emanuele II showcases Italian craftsmanship at fair prices. Silk scarves from local producers, handmade leather goods, artisanal chocolates infused with lake herbs. The 4:47 p.m. train returns you to Milan Centrale around 5:30 p.m. Prime Aperitivo timing. Retrace your morning stride 15 minutes uphill to Como San Giovanni station. Back in Milan, take Metro Line 3, Yellow Line, 2 stops to Porta Venezia, then walk 5 minutes to Lubar, where 12 euros brings craft cocktails using herbs from their kitchen garden, plus small plates that blur lunch-dinner boundaries. Raw mazzara, prawns with passion fruit, and mortadella mousse on warm tigelle bread. Dinner continues the neighborhood theme only a 10-minute stroll away at century-old Osteria del Treno. Their cotoletta alla Milanese is larger than the plate it's served on. Pounded veal in crispy breadcrumb armor garnished simply with lemon. The wise order orecchie de elefante, elephant ear style, to share. Walk-off dinner through Corso Buenos Aires, one of Europe's longer shopping streets, transforms after dark into a parade of window displays. The pleasant wander back to your hotel passes illuminated Liberty-style buildings, their Art Nouveau details visible only when lit from below. You'll sleep deeply tonight, dreams filled with lake reflections and alpine air. Tomorrow's finale weaves past and future into Milan's most surprising day. Day 4, Milan's modern soul. Your last morning demands something extraordinary. While day trippers scramble for last-minute souvenirs, you're venturing to Milan's vertical future, Porta Nuova, business district. Return to Marchesi 1824, the elegant pisticceria from day 1 in Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II to enjoy your morning espresso. This morning, the elegant cafe buzzes with a different energy as bankers and architects fuel up before conquering Milan's financial district. From the Galleria, it's a pleasant 10-minute stroll north through Milano's evolving streetscape to reach Porta Nuova district. Step outside into Milan's tomorrow. Bosco Verticale rises like something from a sci-fi film. Twin towers wearing 800 trees and 20,000 plants as living facades. These aren't mere decoration. They filter 19 to 26 tons of carbon dioxide yearly while producing oxygen for the neighborhood. Roam the public areas surrounding these residential towers. You're witnessing a vertical forest 20 stories high that represents Milan's sustainable future. Meander a few minutes through the modern Porta Nuova district to reach Palazzo Lombardia's free 39th floor Belvedere. But note, this requires advance booking via the Regione Lombardia website, and is only open the first Sunday of each month from March through November, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The 360-degree view reveals Milan's split personality, medieval spires to the south, glass towers north, and on clear days, Monte Rosa's snowy peak marking Switzerland's border. That cluster of cranes to the east, they're building Milan's 2026 Olympic Village. This city never stops reinventing itself. At 11 a.m., prepare for the emotional whiplash. Metro Line 5, the Purple Line, speeds you to San Siro in 25 to 30 minutes. The Stadium Tour plus Museum transforms even non-football fans into believers. Stand in the tunnel where gladiators wait. Touch the pitch where Maldini defended for 25 years. Sit in the dugout where managers plot glory. The museum chronicles not just AC Milan and Inter's rivalry, but how calcio became Italy's secular religion. Vintage jerseys, grainy footage of impossible goals, the actual Ballon d'Or trophies. Lunch belongs at one of the neighborhood trattorias near the stadium, where local workers gather for the traditional menu Aperitivo, workers' menu. Pasta, cotoletta, wine, coffee. Simple fare that hasn't changed in decades. These no-frills establishments embody Milan's working-class soul, where your lunch includes wine and the kind of authentic cotoletta that puts tourist versions to shame. Seek out afternoon culture at the new Feltrinelli Foundation near Porta Volta. This Herzog de Meuron-designed building floats like a concrete cloud. Browse the excellent bookstore and cafe, or visit current exhibitions that tackle Milan's obsessions: sustainable architecture, circular fashion economy, and urban forests. As your final sunset approaches, explore Isola district near north of Porta Nuova. This former industrial quarter hosts pre-dinner drinks at Blue Note Jazz Club. Yes, the Blue Note's Italian outpost. Their Aperitivo from 6 to 8 p.m. includes live sound checks. Sip Negronis while musicians tune instruments for the evening's performance. For your farewell feast, head 5 minutes from Blue Note to Rettana, where Chef Cesare Battisti celebrates Milan's farm-to-fork movement. The tasting menu changes with hyperlocal seasons. Risotto made with carnaroli rice from the San Massimo Reserve, lakefish from nearby Como, vegetables from Lombard valleys. Each course is presented with provenance stories from their network of local farmers and artisans. The restaurant occupies a converted railway warehouse where industrial heritage meets modern Milan, fitting for your final night exploring the city's dual personality. After dinner, take one last amble through Corso Como. Milan's original pedestrian shopping street now feels quaint compared to Porta Nuova's giants. Stop at 10 Corso Como's bookshop gallery bar hybrid for a grappa finale. The garden courtyard, strung with lights and filled with design students debating the future, embodies Milan's eternal balancing act between heritage and innovation. 4 days. That's what separates surface-level sightseeing from earning your place among Milan's friends. You've discovered what the city only reveals to those who stay long enough. The morning espresso rituals that unlock neighborhood secrets, the strategic timing that transforms crowded attractions into private moments, and the hidden corners where Milan's authentic soul emerges. You're no longer performing the tourist role. The city has stopped performing for you and started sharing its real treasures. What surprised you most? Morning light through Duomo glass? Como's mountain reflections? Or discovering that Italy's financial capital guards a soul worth protecting? Drop your unexpected Milan moment below. Your stories help future travelers find their own fourth-day revelations. Ready for more perfectly timed European adventures? View our Europe playlist next, then drop a comment for an itinerary you'd like to see on Itinerary Insiders. And share this with anyone planning Italian adventures, because Milan's magic only reveals itself to those who stay long enough to earn it. A presto!